All right, Simon Moore, what is going on? Welcome back from the PGA Show.
Yeah, jumping around Orlando recently and off to Japan shortly, which we'll talk about.
Oh, we didn't get to do an update in Orlando. Too bad. But now that you're back, update the QOC. What kind of relationships did you make? And I'm sure you were rubbing shoulders walking through there. So what happened?
You know what? It was a blast. I met Tad Moore, a name that some people will know, and you know, he was one of the first to do milled putters.
I'm tempted to go grab the TM9 that I have over there in my garage. That was like the first putter I ever started using when I was, I don't know, 12 or 13 years old.
Anyway, I met him a couple of times. That was pretty cool. I actually gave him I took a few Q clubs over. And I gave him one just to honour his 50 years of doing stuff. I met Sevi's nephew, Ivan, who's doing a really interesting putter.
Okay.
And we had a nice chat. And Lexi Thompson, briefly. Kyle Berkshire, briefly. Whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Was Kyle? I'm sure Kyle was one of the most popular figures there, huh?
Yeah. I saw Rick Shields walking around, but he was some distance away. Didn't catch up with him. It was fun.
Let's talk about shipping's going well. We're continuing to ship out, but boy, did we sure learn a lot. Shipping out the first 1,000 clubs. So let's talk a little bit about the progress that we've made, improvements that we've made to the process, and anything that's changed there.
Yeah, so one of the key things was shipping and customs has been quite a learning thing. We've touched on this before.
Yeah.
We reacted to that and also reacted to people's wishes to have more customization available. So as you know, we've now got a kit available. In fact, I think clearly what's going to happen is that we're probably going to sell more kits ultimately. And now the kit, folks, is it's everything except the golf shaft. So obviously it's lower cost, ships more easily.
Well, I like that. The kit seems to make a lot of sense. A lot of the comments we get, a lot of the emails we get are about the shaft. And so giving people that option, most people live pretty close to a pro shop where they can swap a shaft in, get a shaft in for you, or a Golf Galaxy or a Dick's Sporting Goods or something like that. So love that move. It's even more customization and people can have the exact cue that they're looking for.
And we've made I think it could be 4 or 5 bulk sales of those to effectively pro shops around the world. So some people will be stocking it. So this is a new thing that we're effectively going to have it available for people to go in and get fitted at very limited locations to start with. But starting.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But man, green grass accounts, offering these in their golf shops, that could be huge, right? If you open that door, things could move pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, I just had an inquiry just now on the support line, and the guy was asking, "Hey, I'm 5'8", I'm 72. What should I use?" Well, clearly, if he's 72, his swing speed might be fast, but possibly not. And he's 5'8". He probably would be better off with a club. If he goes through a fitting process with a pro, it's probably going to be a different shaft to what we offer, and it's probably only going to be trimmed to 38 inches, and that'll probably be better for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Or on the other end of it, right? On the other end of the spectrum, you got Kyle Berkshire out there, and he probably doesn't want to be swinging a 39-inch regular flex shaft with that.
Now, let me tell you a story about long drive people. So I met Martin Burgmeyer as well. So I've sent a club to Martin Burgmeyer and also Kyle Berkshire.
Awesome.
I've asked them to try to break it. And I think the shaft, I don't know whether the shaft can survive these guys. And there's these guys. First, he only had one hit, a different person to Kyle and Martin. I was a little bit worried because I thought, oh my God, I could see this guy was going to hit it really hard. And I thought, I hope something doesn't go wrong. That was all good. And he flew at 280 on
280
on the putter setting. First go. And it just shows you what clubhead speed does. He had enough clubhead speed to get the spin on it, and the ball took off, and it was going up to 50, 60 feet. Now, if I putter setting, it's going 5 feet off the ground and looking embarrassing.
That's the shot. If I need the putter setting, I'm not looking at to get above, head high, basically. He's getting up 50, 60 feet in the air.
Yeah, it's just speed. just straight out speed. So there you go. That's a fun story.
Okay, everybody, do some push-ups and sit-ups. Come on, we gotta be swinging faster.
You'll recall in our development pathway, we looked at the thickness of the face, and we've got a high tensile face. And Callaway or Titleist, I'm not sure which one of it was. They got a bit unstuck in the past where they made that face too thin. So we learned from their mischief, and we didn't make it too thin. But these guys have got serious clubhead speed.
I think that would be quite an accomplishment, actually. I would look at that as an accomplishment. If they're able to cave the face of the cue, man, they've got some clubhead speed. So on another note, let's talk about left-handeds real quick, Simon. How are we doing on the left-handed progress?
Yeah, so we've definitely made progress. We've received our 5 first production, let's call them pre-production samples. Unlike the drama and tennis match we had with things going back and forth with right-handed, clearly we've got a much better understanding of what we're doing, and so do our suppliers, our factory. So the left-handed clubs were all evaluated great. The indexing was good. Everything about them was a pass. Now the timing wise, it is probably going to be a month longer. We thought it'd be March for lefties. I think it'll drift into April.
I recall back when we were doing these updates last summer, we had pegged March, early spring of 23 is when we were looking at it. So we're still right there in that wheelhouse, and it's going to be cool when they ship out in April. I know the lefties are they're looking forward to that. So appreciate their patience for sure. So you're heading over to Japan for a golf fair, isn't that right?
Yeah, well, blow me down. I thought the Orlando show was the biggest golf show in the world, and I think it might have been, but it's only got about 40,000 attendees. But it is a trade show. I think the Japan show that I'm going to is more trade and retail, and it's got about 50,000 attendees. It's in Yokohama. I'm looking forward to that. I think obviously. The golf market is roughly a third US, a third Europe and UK, and a third Asia and the rest of the world. But of course, as many people will know, the Asian market has been the one that's been growing. Until recently, COVID's had an effect, of course, and golf is generally growing everywhere. I think everyone listening to this will have seen it at the driving range, will have seen it at the golf course. It's just, golf is on and upswing for sure, that seems to be sticking, which is fantastic.
Well, good stuff, Simon. Thanks for your time. Great update. We will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for your time. Simon, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Scott. Cheers.
All right, cheers.